Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Dororo, episode 14. Okay.
So, last episode, Dororo officially got upgraded to the status of magical girl. She's got a plot relevant thing, you know?
We don't know if it's plot relevant.
I mean,
it might not be main plot relevant. It's probably plot relevant, sure.
But she's got a map
Scar
or
of
tattoo or
sorts.
scar or you know, something on her back.
Yeah.
So there we go. There we go.
The way to learn flame alchemy.
Yeah.
You're literally this much faster. Yeah. Oh, man. We are in sync, y'all. It's ridiculous.
Next, Hyakimaru will get some gloves. And,
Hyakimaru is also being more and more comfortable with speaking and communicating with Dororo, and also doing things for Dororo that don't lead necessarily to killing monsters.
Yeah,
with the whole hot springs at the end there.
Yep.
We dealt with the whole, weird aspect of the faux mother of sorts in the last episode. But yeah.
Probably another monster of the week to get to and see how they tie it into the characters that we know and love.
Yeah, or more stuff with the Daigo clan. So
that's true.
Yeah. Y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Flashback? Yeah. Dororo's family. So we're gonna find out where the thing on Dororo's back came from.
Maybe.
I love how the fire stands out so brilliantly.
Yeah.
Oh. This seems huge. It's a treasure map.
No way.
Whoa.
Oh,
whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Wow, she is so...
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, wow. Oh my god. No.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
Whoa. That is huge plot relevance. Oh my god.
He reminded me of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
An
airbender.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? He remembers something that seemed a little bit
for
off.
the other half.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. It's like, but what? What does that even mean? Yeah. What to do afterwards?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh. Good, they're bringing that up. I mean, isn't he? He's not thinking that far ahead because he doesn't care, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting his body back. Oh my god, that scene.
Yeah.
That scene still kills me. Now he's listening intently to something. Oh. What is it? Oh.
Blue. We've never seen that before.
Or yellow.
This is
Oh
some
my
Akira
God.
stuff right here.
Or spirited away.
鬼神じゃない。
けど化け物だろ。
Wow, the way it just
Yeah, it's
slides.
like it's
It's like it's floating, yeah.
夜露ぐらいはしのげるのかな。
Huh. Oh. What's that?
自分でしろってそのぐらい。わし。
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's just
something,
floating.
yeah. Oh, okay. So what did...
Is it telling them to dig?
Oh, yeah.
兄貴、なんだ
Oil? Blood?
油？
Oil, okay.
Huh.
ここが燃えたのってまさか誰かが火を。
Well, then the oil would have burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez, this thing is freaky.
大体お前何食うんだってんだよ。まさかお前の飯って。
Yeah. I was thinking about that too. It's not saying mama, it's me like, I'm hungry, I want to eat you. Oh.
あなた方は知るまいが、ここは夜は危ない。あ
Okay.
やかしが出るのでな。
Okay.
あやかし。
Well, two of them.
よろしければ、私の屋敷に来なさらんか。
His eyes are too wide open.
I noticed that too, yeah.
人が食い殺されるのをみすみす眺めても折れぬのでな。
Oh my god.
Like, you almost
Yeah.
never, like, people's eyes usually don't show above the
Yep.
iris.
Yep.
私はこの辺りの里を治めるサバメと申す。
That hint of red on the
そなたた
outside.
ちの旅の話でも。
That freaky
Okay.
ghost kid looks safer than this
Uh-huh.
guy.
Yeah, yeah. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
I'm taking you to meet Yoha. Oh, wait. No.
兄貴。あいつ本当に化け物じゃないんだよな。
けど、
No.
匂う。
But it almost seems like it's coming from behind him, not within him.
Or
The
more
red,
seems like
you
an
know?
aura rather than
Right.
a thing within him, you know?
そういえばあいつどこ消えちまったんだろ
It avoided this guy, that's what it did.
Considering that they say the name of the monster at the beginning of the episode, it kind of, you know, spoils it a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I mean,
we're
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
look
yeah.
at
yeah,
Sabame with a little bit of a...
right. There's something up with him.
Yeah.
田舎にしてな。お気に召さぬかな。
The
う。
eyes still
てんこ盛りで。
freaking me out.
Mm-hmm.
旅の者の話を聞くのが好きでな。私はこの地を離れたことがない
Oh,
ゆえ。
never.
そっか
Hmm.
でもここらにも面白そうな話ありそうだぜ。さっきの焼け跡のあやかしとかさ。
Hmm. Oh. Maybe it's just an I've seen things kind of
天
face.
寺があってな。住職は
Sure.
近隣の里から身寄りのない子供をもらい受けて
Whoa, wait. Why does she have a bow?
聞かねばたちまち。
Oh. Oh, that's a... Oh my
そうして
god.
何年かすると
What?
売り飛
Wow,
ば
that
さ
is
れ
cruel.
天罰が下ったのだろうな。あるいは本堂に稲妻が落ちて
Oh my
火事と
god.
あっという間に焼け落ちて
So
しまう
what's the oil then? Because it
住職も
had nothing to do
子
with the
供たち
fire
もも
then.
ろともに
Oh, was he a child from that place?
Oh.
And he's just
Possibly.
traumatized from the past or
もう
something?
少し早く何とかしてやれなかったのかと
We regretted.
時折参って冥福を
Maybe he was still
祈って
Lord when this was going on.
あやかしは住職の慣れの果てだ
Oh, could you buy just one?
夜な夜な現れては通りがかった
That's one of the...
食らうのだ
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, man.
オイラたち食われなくて。
Oh my
さ
god.
んのおかげだよ。
See, this world is so cruel at times. Anyone who's just kind with weird eyes like that, we're just like,
Oh, yeah.
hmm.
I mean, even
I
in a
don't
different
trust.
story,
ど
we'd
こ
be
まで本当だと
suspicious.
思う？
Yeah.
来ると思う？鬼神がここに。
Aw. Aw.
怖いわけじゃねえから。いやー、なんか寒いなこの屋敷。隙間風かな。
Oh.
どうしろって言うんだよ。
Yeah.
オイラ
I mean, it's not like it's an obvious map, you know,
No,
or
it's
whatever.
not.
It's like
食うや食わずの身の上でそれでも志を貫けるのなんてほんの一握りの人間だけだからね。
どうして死んじゃったんだよ、おっかちゃん。
No way.
Wait.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
hell
on fire
no.
or something.
Some kind of massive, like, caterpillar.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm good. No!
起きて起きて、
Oh!
やばいってば。
Yeah. He was luring it in.
Right.
兄貴、
下がってろ。
Oh,
Oh.
レバイト。あ、てめえ。
it's a silkworm. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, get him! Oh!
やった兄貴。
What? Whoa. Oh,
The mom.
yeah. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Some Shiapoof stuff
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here.
芋虫を。
Oh. That was nasty.
That was gross.
Oh.
びっくりした。
I have a moth story I'll share for the discussion, but freaking.
この子なんかピリピリするけど、毒じゃないよね。
Yeah, here we go. Oh, from the
Oh,
OP.
yeah.
Is that his wife?
久々の餌、それも2つもじゃ。
Oh.
あの頃も今日は満足したろ。
あれは天豪愛、
Oh.
打ち漏らしたというのか。
よもや取り戻しに来る。
Oh.
All right.
いかな相手であろうとも、
Whoa.
そなたらには指一
はあ
本触れさせぬ。この地と
Whoa.
この地に生きる我が民のために。
Oh. Lovely.
I was gonna say, I was almost getting like a vampire vibe from the beginning. I didn't think it would actually be vampires, but
The vampire vibe makes a lot of sense, but it had different things of the, this is the threshold to my
right,
place.
exactly. Uh-huh.
I need.
Will you come in?
Will you come in? Yes,
Yeah,
said the
yeah.
spider to the fly. But it's more of a thing with vampires where it's a
Can
may
I-
I come in?
may I come
Yes,
in?
may
Yeah,
I
yeah.
enter the threshold? Yeah. Oh,
Right.
that was gross.
that was pretty
nasty.
disgusting. Yeah,
Nasty.
but we've seen the other character from the OP.
yes.
So
yes.
whether this is going to be something that's just a two-parter that's going to be, like the two-parters we've seen before,
right.
or whether, because they could do that. Mio was in the previous OP, but
Yeah, but this one didn't have part 1 in the name of the episode, so
that's true. So this
So-
could be something where they're using this as a way to introduce a
new
demon
characters and
right,
what have you.
that will stick around. No
Yes.
pun intended with the webs.
Yeah.
But
Something big though that was brought up though is that this was an encounter where the demon had cohorts, friends, allies.
right.
And usually the demons don't have any support structure. They're solo.
Right. And if they do, it's something where it's very clearly like a mind control kind of a thing.
Yes.
But this might not be. Well, no, it certainly doesn't seem to be that because there were people at the palace and maybe they don't know, or maybe it's just fear or whatever. But
I think it's ignorance, yeah.
yeah, probably.
He just claims basically he claims that
Right.
he's the one doing all this for them.
But they
basically.
know to leave when the whole topic of the nun place and all the orphanage and stuff is brought up.
Yes.
I'm just glad that and
it got a
that
lot
this
more
is-
complicated than
It got a
we
lot
thought
more
it was gonna
complicated.
be, yeah.
I'm just glad, and I know that this is still horrible, but I'm just glad that the bow wasn't used the way a bow is traditionally used. I mean, I guess it's no better if they're getting sold off and eaten, but
Or
whatever,
tortured or
yeah,
beaten.
exactly. But like when they
Jeez.
first showed that bow, I was like, wait, is she gonna start like shooting the kids if they the ones that don't do well, kind of a thing? But
Yeah.
ugh.
I love also how we were told a little bit in the beginning about what the whole premise of the story was. Sabame came to the temple. When he came to the temple, he usually was coming with, like the intent to buy a kid to have them be eaten or what have you by his demon partner. The kid and the basically recoiled back and disappeared when Sabame came. Basically, you're the
right.
You're
and
that one,
right? And then the spirit of the nun that was saying, "Will you please buy one?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a lot of things that they introduced to set up what the premise of this upcoming little arc of story is going to be. But here's the thing. We had something else that was hinted at that I believe is, while a bit symbolic, it is also seemingly a bit pointed. The white-haired moth transformation, silkworm, mom, demon, whatever, said that the 12th couldn't eat, has returned to reclaim basically what he lost.
They're getting into the actual demon lore
what the demons,
politics, echelons, whatever you want to call it. But
specifically the demons that tried to basically take from Hyakimaru what they could back then.
Yeah.
When he was a baby. Basically that when Hyakimaru was born, he lost everything.
But not quite everything.
But he was alive.
Because he was protected by the Buddha.
Yep, he was protected by the Buddha statue and in some ways maybe the prayers of the mother and what have you. So he lived.
Yeah.
By a miracle he lived. And it has to be basically connected to that. So there was a demon, a 12th demon, that tried to basically do the final consuming of Hyakimaru. And couldn't. It didn't work.
And maybe that's the big one that was never released kind of a thing, and that's why.
Final encounter getting
boss,
foreshadowed there. So now we have this whole setup where another demon is basically in this kind of panic mode of they're too strong, oh no, oh crap. And also she's weak enough that she's using this whole setup here in order to get food for her silkworm kids, rather than going out there and doing the typical mother thing, which is the hunting for the kids, then bringing it back and regurgitating it back in their mouths kind of thing.
Although maybe it's also trying to teach them lessons of they're old enough now that they can start getting the food themselves, because normally
maybe that's what they were doing.
Work,
yeah. That's why I was in a big empty room and there was a draft that was going to let the thing through the roof and then
only when it's this is more than it can handle, then mom comes in to save the child.
No, don't kill it,
Right.
That's so gross. Okay, I have a story I want to share with you. You've heard this story many times. But in Eastern Washington, I did a lot of summer jobs there. And when I was there, I would stay at my grandma's house. And when I was there, I biked to and from work. Didn't have a car or anything, couldn't afford it or anything, but just went back and forth from there, biking. And on my way back one night, I was doing a closing shift. It's it's dark. I'm biking out there. But this is far away from the city and everything. So the night sky actually
gorgeous
lights up
over there,
lights up the whole area. The moon is bright. So I barely even needed the light attached to my
attached to your bike?
Attached to my bike. So it was super, super easy to maneuver and stuff. But when I came back home, I parked my bike, set it up, walked up to the front door, and there's a little bit of an awning kind of covering the area outside the front door, and to the left there's a wall, the window, and what have you, and the door's right here. So as I'm walking there, I am walking there, and then there's a thing where the lights automatically turn on because someone comes up to the house. Or no, that's not a thing.
Or no, the lights were
left on inside, and the outside light was left on because the outside light was left on because she knew I was coming home late.
Gotcha.
And I was like, and I saw a little ornament that she had hung up on the wall there in my peripheral vision. And, you know, it was like a really cool design and what have you, like a dinner plate kind of design with flowers and stuff. And I was just like, oh, that's so cool. And as I walked past it, it kind of adjusts its movement. And I was like, I turn and look at it. And I look at it, and the wings slowly crop out. It is a moth. And when I tell you this moth was huge, I mean this moth was gargantuan.
Like,
it was like this big.
with the wings?
With the wings now spreading out, making it bigger. Like this thing was like this long, like ridiculously gross, like monster moth. And then it just kind of, the wings kind of flap up and they kind of do the little, like we clean itself. And right when it did the, I just, like my own life, I do not want, like, ran inside, shut the door, and I'm just like, and it's such an irrational fear, but it's like,
no, that's gross.
Once something gets more than like 4 legs, you know,
Well,
and it has like,
well,
you
once
know,
it gets sizable to the
size of,
to the idea that like it could swallow a finger if it managed to like bite it off, you know, like not that
I mean, no,
monster,
it
like
wouldn't
not
have any teeth like
but
that.
like that it could like fit a finger inside.
Well,
it.
I think more the idea would be that if I swatted this with my hand, it might just go back at me.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
Like I'd be like, ah! Like, we as human beings have so much, like...
This has hit points, like...
Yeah, exactly. Like, when it has more than 1 hit point, we get worried because we only roll with a D4 on our basic, you know...
And it has natural armor, you know.
Oh, so I could... Yeah.
You could hit it and it does nothing.
And it does nothing.
It's just a glancing blow. Yeah.
No. So yeah, I have seen moths that... Like, they're just...
That's gross. I don't think I've heard that story.
Oh no, I've shared the story a couple times with you.
Okay,
I think you just forgot. Yeah. But yeah, moths. No. They're ridiculous. But okay, so this one is a silkworm. Do you think there's any symbolism with regard to it being a silkworm?
Just spinning a web. You know, like the same kind of thing with spiders, maybe. But then also that, like when I think of silk,
wealth,
potentially,
maybe?
And the idea of creating things that are helpful. You know, because like silk, you know, it's like, well, you know, I don't know.
Okay, how about the oil? Does that actually tie into the idea of the temple being burnt down and not being struck by lightning? Like, which part of the story do you think is true and which part do you think is false?
Well, so I think it was intentionally burned down. But the thing is that if that wasn't recent, the oil would have just, you know, like, it wouldn't still be there.
Right.
So now there's
That'd
also
be a lot of it.
Right. Now there's also the fact that this guy Sabame goes back and leaves offerings.
Yeah,
that's weird.
That is weird.
That's weird.
That is very weird. Yeah.
So
maybe he's locked in a little bit of a weird conflict where he screwed up.
Okay,
and now he's trying to pay a penance of sorts of like.
Here's what I could see it being.
Yeah.
Here's what I could see it potentially being. And maybe this is just because I'm projecting from Monster, but that the wide eyes are wide because of fear, and that basically this moth thing or whatever got to him early, and now they've established sort of a
relationship.
Right. They've established a symbiotic relationship, you know, a balance of sorts. But originally, it was something of, I am going to die. Right, like I need to keep this thing fed. I need to do all of this stuff. Otherwise, I'm done. Right.
Gotcha.
So what ends up happening is he is doing all this stuff. He's buying the children from, you know, this nun and things like that.
Right.
And feeding them to the creature, and eventually maybe he had a moment of basically insanity or rebelling or weakness or something. And basically, he's like, I'm burning this place down, right? Whether it was because of the things that the nun was doing or
because he felt shame.
He felt shamed that he was, you know, like buying the kids and stuff like that or something.
Or what have you,
even potentially that the nun might burned it down.
Yeah.
Right?
To end the whole thing there.
Exactly. One of the things that I would not be too surprised, and since he told the story, he could be an unreliable narrator, could be lying. And that actually maybe the nun wasn't beating the kids, right? And maybe the nun was actually like I don't know how they would do it, because the whole thing of the please buy one, you know,
Yeah,
that seems.
Oh, good point.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like, please take them away from here. Someone, please get them out of here. Like, here's where you could
he lied
spin
and
it.
basically said that he was going to
Save them.
kind of a deal.
I'm saving them from this horrible. No, I'm saying that's the thing. He maybe lied to himself. He told himself that I'm saving these kids from this horrible nunnery. And that's how he sleeps at night, of doing this whole
and
thing.
then he just.
But then, then he knows that he's there.
Right, he's aware at least now that they're eating him. So
maybe there is some form of corruption where his mind has been
just so shattered, kind of a thing, or
maybe not shattered, but just under the influence of the moth.
Right.
Maybe that's what the sparkle dust is, because that feels very
sure, it's something that some kind of charm thing or whatever.
Yeah,
and because the thing is that he had the appearance of being very much a nice person, and actually the townspeople seem to be sensible, and they seem to think, oh yeah, this is a great guy. So maybe it's that this is his penance, basically,
right?
And maybe he's doing this because he's thinking of them. Well, and he's making it so that it eats outsiders.
Yes, good point.
It eats outsiders, right?
So
it doesn't hurt the actual townspeople.
Right, you're probably right in that he is thinking in his mind, I'm protecting them. So in some way, he rationalizes this.
Yeah.
But he does also probably.
But he also is aware of how twisted it is, and hence why making the offerings at the temple and stuff.
Okay, he could be actually a very complicated character then. Like, there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, it's tough, because whenever they do something that in the show that has gone more than one episode, it always has very large ramifications for the story.
Very true.
Right? Whether you're talking about, Mio or the stuff with Daigo or even I believe was Dororo's backstory multiple episodes? No. But they brought it back this episode, which is great. I'm very glad that they did that, because there's like the backstory itself was fantastic, right? But whenever I see a backstory and it doesn't seem to have ramifications for the character, like, moving forward in the story, it ends up being kind of like that was a great episode, but doesn't have too much weight. But the fact that they keep bringing it up like this, I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, but they also broached the question regarding what do we do after.
Yeah, which is great.
I think that was actually in some ways more interesting than the village monster of the week plot, because let's think about this, y'all. What are they gonna do once they're done? Because they have options, but the thing is that for Hyakimaru, his whole mindset doesn't seem to be focused on and after.
Nope.
So,
and it's understandable.
Dororo will either have to pull Hyakimaru out of that and save him, or have to let him go.
Well, and that's why I feel like there's the overarching story and conflict for this show is going to be engaging in a way, because the thing is that Hyakimaru killing demons, yes, I'm excited for him to be killing the demons and restoring himself and all that. And great, good stuff there. Yeah. But the thing is, there's no real question of whether he's going to succeed in that conflict, right? And usually that's the case for stories in general, right?
Yeah.
But the idea of if it were just to resolve things with his family, right? That would still just be a revenge story. But the idea of, can this be more than a revenge story, right?
Right.
And the fact that they're bringing that up here, even if Hyakimaru... Right, exactly. And the fact that Hyakimaru doesn't know and doesn't think about that stuff, of course he doesn't, right? Because, of the way his life's been up to this point, and
he's still not fully restored.
He's still not fully restored, both in his mind and body. And that's where the additional conflict can come in. Will he be able to get to a point where he can live his life truly? Because what's the point of restoring yourself if you're not going to live with that new body state that you have? I did feel a lot of the pain from Dororo with realizing that in some ways Hyakimaru still kind of takes Dororo for granted in that regard. And while the previous episode, Hyakimaru was like, okay, we'll take a break at the hot springs and stuff. That felt more like Hyakimaru is learning how to do social stuff. Sure.
Less than specifically
Dororo.
Yeah. And while he knew, obviously, that Dororo was lying about the demons thing there because he's an observant fellow. Like, he clues into these kind of things. The scene where he is not listening to Dororo.
And he's just continuing walking.
Continuing forward. But then he hears the spectral voice in the, in the ether of some ghosts, It just shows how disconnected he is from the real world.
Right.
Like, and it's sad because in some ways, I feel like the show has to end with either a friendship ending, which is where the two of them basically just, promise to shoulder each other's burdens as they move forward into whatever the next chapter of their life is after. Or in some ways, Hyakimaru needs to go on another journey, a self-discovery journey, something that requires him to be alone, and something where Dororo will be like, okay, well, here's where I'll be.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you.
That's what I think this second half is, because they resolved a lot of things in the first half, right?
They did.
A lot of things, right? Hyakimaru is pretty close to being fully restored, right?
He knows where his family stands.
He knows
where they literally are.
Right, exactly. All of that stuff is pretty much taken care of.
His mom's dead.
Well, she's not.
Oh, she's not. That's right. Yeah, she's not.
She survived somehow.
Oh my god.
But the idea that now we're in the end game, right? Even if this is the second half, this is moving towards an ending, right? So now they're questioning, what kind of an ending is this going to be, right? And so it makes sense that there would be conflict resolving that, because that way we can actually have the conflict be worked on,
right?
If there was no questioning about, if Hyakimaru was perfectly, just being like, yep, I'm going to learn to, quiet the rage inside my soul and everything once all this is over and everything, well, then that'd be too simple,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the end of this episode. We're going to have a continued linear story within this whole town, which is exciting. And we still haven't brought up the Daigo clan in 2 episodes now.
That's true.
Which is interesting.
Uh-huh.
So maybe we'll find out, what happened to the mom, once we get back there and see...
Will medieval medicine be able to...
Yeah, I don't think it should.
Take care of that.
I don't think it should.
Infections are a thing, and...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general. You can also get involved with the community there. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. And you can also talk with Jacob about his book.
Yes, my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is still available for order on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so go check it out, leave a review, let people know what you think.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.